Hey, what's going on everybody? Desir here with our round 2 matchup for Season 8 of Cosmic Crucible. If you guys aren't aware, please remember to check out the MSF counter spreadsheet. There's new counters going on that every day, especially right now for Season 8 of Cosmic Crucible, so make sure that you get that on there, bookmark it, do whatever you need to do. I'll be sure to put it in the description below as well, so that way you'd have easy access to it. And a friendly reminder for you, if you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to the channel, and if you do end up liking this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Without further ado, my opponent today is Falco. Let's go ahead and check them out. So Falco is at 109.5 million TCP. I'm currently at about 81 million, so it's going to be about a 28 million punch up for me. It's quite a bit right now, considering it is a new season. Normally, once the season kind of settles down, I don't really care about TCP as much unless it gets pretty massive. This one does kind of worry me. They're going to have a lot more on their roster to where they can kind of muscle their way through certain situations. But let's go ahead and check out the defenses to see what they're using. In Stage 1, they have the Out of Time with Captain Sam. Stage 2 is Mercs for Money with Dorn. Stage 3, X-Treme X-Men with Robe. Stage 4 is the full Spider Society team. Stage 5 is that Superior Knights team. And Stage 6 is Infinity Watch with Quicksilver. So he has some pretty interesting things on defense, but he also has a lot of things that he can use on offense. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. For Stage 1, I'm just going to use the Superior 16. That should be able to take this out fairly easy for me. Green Goblin Classic will be going first here. I'm just going to use the ultimate that's going to do a nice turn meter rewind to everybody. Lizard's up next. I'm going to use the ultimate, and that is going to put a taunt on Lizard, so that way they do have to target him. Kraven's up. I'm going to use the special that's going to put the ability block on Captain America and the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Doc Ock will be summoning out the Shocker now. Spider Slayer's up. I'm going to use the special, and that did end up taking out the Star Brand. The Green Goblin Classic Ping took out the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now it's a very easy cleanup on Captain America and Peggy Carter. The Shocker's up. Now I'm going to use the ultimate to do a turn meter rewind to the Captain America. Green Goblin Classic, I'm going to target the Peggy and use the special. Lizard's up. I'm going to use the special on Captain America. Kraven's up. I'm going to use the ultimate. And now it's just a very easy cleanup on Captain America. So this got me a really good efficiency score, which was kind of the goal for this matchup. For Stage 2, I'm going to use Cabal with Archangel and Vulture. This should work very well. The Dakin is very low stars right now, so I can get easy kills on him, start getting that turn meter rewind going with Archangel, and I'm able to take out the Old Man Logan with this team by doing rewinds, and Cabal should easily handle him. Vulture should be going first because of how many heroes are on the other side of the field. I'm actually going to target the Dorm and use the special on him so I can flip those buffs and start doing some extra damage to the Dakin. For Iron Patriot, I'm going to target the Dakin and use the special now. The assist did end up coming in, killing the Dakin, and now I got a nice turn rewinds going with the Archangel. Namor's up. I'm going to target the Old Man Logan and use the ultimate. And that basically wiped the field out, so now I have a bunch of pings coming from Archangel as well. So their Dakin is gone again. Vulture's up. I'm going to use the ultimate, do another turn meter rewind. Leader's going to use the special on the Panda Pool. And now that the taunt is off of him, I can focus down on the Old Man Logan. Archangel's going to use the ultimate, and that took care of him. So now this is a very easy cleanup on Deadpool and the Panda Pool. For Vulture, I'm going to use the basic into the Panda Pool. I'm going to use the ultimate from Iron Patriot. That's going to put a nice stun on him. The assist came in, took care of him. Now I just have to take out the Deadpool, and Vulture does that with the basic. For stage 3, I'm going to use Masters of Evil with Apocalypse. I want to try to do the Doom version, but that would have been about a 1 million punch up or something crazy like that, so I wanted to be safe, so that's why I'm using the Apocalypse on this one. Titania will be going first, and usually I've been using the ultimate on Forge. I know the optimal route would be doing the ultimate on Rogue. It's just kind of habit from the previous season where I just want to take Forge out as soon as possible. Kang ends up doing the special into Forge. Now Moonstone's up, I'm going to use the special into the Nightcrawler. That's going to put that trauma stun on him, so I don't really have to worry about his health trigger going off. Kang is now up. I'm going to use the ultimate for him, but I am stuck on the Rogue unfortunately, so I can't really get that double tap. The Absorb Man is up. I'm actually going to use the special here. That way I can do a nice AoE hit, and that also puts the offense down on them. Titania's back up. I'm going to target the Forge and use the special. And now that Apocalypse is up, I'm going to target Nightcrawler, use the ultimate here, and I'm going to use the Falcon Punch on the Gambit. Rogue does end up doing the special. King is going to do the basic though in Rogue and takes care of her. Now I just have to worry about the Nightcrawler. And considering he's stunned, this is an easy cleanup. For stage 4, I'm going to use Secret Defenders into the Spider Society. This is going to be a slight punch down. It's only going to be about 100k, so it's not too bad. I've heard that this works, and I really want to test it out, because if we can find a nice counter that doesn't take too much of an investment into Spider Society, I'm going to count that as a win. So Spider-Man War is going to go first because of how many buffs that we spawn. He ends up targeting the Robbie, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd rather he actually targets the Ms. Marvel or the Strange, as the Ms. Marvel can actually handle it. The Ms. Marvel Harlight ends up doing the ultimate to do that rewind to the Pavitra. I don't want him going off on me and kind of doing his buff flips or anything. The Black Cat ends up doing the special onto him. Now that Robbie's up, I'm going to target the Penny and use the special. That was unfortunately resisted for the ability block, and you're going to see what happens because I didn't ability to block the Penny. Photon is up. I'm going to target the Ghost Spider and use the special. That way we can get a blind on her, Noir, and do some extra damage to the Pavitra. Doctor Strange is up. I haven't really used him, so I'm kind of looking at his kit a little bit. I used this special. I flip a lot of those buffs to negative effects. However, I didn't get all of them on Penny. Robbie's proc ends up going off, and now I use the ultimate, and that takes care of the Spider-Man Pavitra. At this point, I'm feeling very good about this matchup. I used the basic into the Ghost Spider. However, the Penny is stealth right now, and I wanted to take her out. Black Cat ended up doing the ultimate into the Penny, and here the Penny ends up doing the special and got some positive effects on their side of the field and stuns my Robbie. So you kind of see why I really want to get that ability block on her. The Ghost Spider does end up spreading a lot of negative effects. Now I'm kind of peppered with all these negative effects as opposed to positive effects. I did end up getting the Peter B. Parker to bleed out. I'm going to turn my attention back over to the Penny because I do not want her to ult me. Photon, I'm able to get the ultimate off. I get the Penny dead. However, I have to deal with this Ghost Spider. He keeps dodging me and these Spider-Man Noir. And right here, the RNG really kicks in for my opponent. The Ghost Spider ends up doing the ultimate on Robbie and spreads all those negative effects. The Ghost Spider keeps dodging and the Spider-Man Noir is going off with another ultimate. So I took a huge efficiency hit on this. However, I was able to get the one shot. For the Superior Knights team, I decided to do a burner attack. So I'm just going to come in with the Undying, Doom, and Vahl, try to do as much damage as I can to them, have them burn as many abilities as possible is going to be the important thing of this. The Green Goblin Classic is going to use the ult and do a turn meter rewind to us. That does end up pushing our Dr. Doom, luckily. I end up using Dr. Doom's ultimate, and that ends up putting the Zombie Juggernaut for the ride. The Black Knight does end up doing the kill to the Dr. Doom. Zombie Juggernaut did end up bleeding out, so that's one life off Zombie Juggernaut already. I end up using his special, and that does a nice AoE hit, and the Retaliates unfortunately took him out. Vahl is up. I'm going to use the special on the Black Knight. The Retaliate comes in at the Vahl now, and Craven is now using the special, so that is one ability off of him. The Zombie Iron Man, I'm going to use the special into the Spider Slayer, because I saw how low of health he was. I was hoping I can get some extra damage on him. Hella ends up doing the basic. I wanted to burn more abilities, so Doc Ock just used his special. I wanted to try to get to the Spider Slayer special as well. So here Spider Slayer does end up doing the special, so that's one of the key ones I want to get rid of. Now I need to get rid of the Green Goblin Classic special that should be coming up here shortly. Hella's turn, I'm just going to do some damage to everybody. I should have probably just done a basic so that I didn't take the full Retaliate counterattacks of them. So for the actual hit that I'm going to use into the Superior Knights team, I'm going to use the New Warriors. This is going to be a 700k punch up. This is still going to be very difficult, even with some of their abilities burned, and the Black Knight not having his Retaliates. Gwenpool will be going first. I'm going to use the special into the Black Knight to try to flip some of those positive effects on him. I did at least get rid of the taunt, but he still had the defense up and the immunity. Firestar's going to use the ultimate into the Craven, and the Vades did end up softening the blow for those Retaliates. Deathpool's going to use the special into the Craven to spread to the Green Goblin Classic and Doc Ock. Doc Ock did end up dying. Now the Green Goblin Classic ended up bleeding out as well. Deathpool Pings ended up taking out one life of Craven as well, so that's 3 lives gone already. Cloak, I'm going to target the Green Goblin Classic and use the ultimate. And these Retaliates are really doing a number on us. Craven ends up doing the ultimate. I was hoping to actually burn that ability during the sack, but I messed that up by doing the Hella ultimate, so be wary of that. Dagger's up, I'm going to use the ultimate. That did end up taking out the 3 members that already died. Deathpool Pings ended up taking out the Spider Slayer. Now Dagger's up, I'm going to use the special into the Spider Slayer. I want to try to take him out. and he unfortunately made it back to his special. Fire starts up, I use the special into the Spider Slayer. Deathpool does the basic. Cloak ends up doing the special, so him and Dagger end up taking out the Spider Slayer. Now I just have to worry about the Black Knight. I have 4 members of the New Warriors left, so this is a pretty easy cleanup now. For stage 6, I'm going to use the Eternals, the Tangled Web, and the Spider-Man Big Time. This should be able to handle the Infinity Watch with Quicksilver. Spider-Man Big Time is able to remove 2 of the revived onces and able to do the Turn Meter Rewinds and the Trauma Stun with the Spider Weaver into the Quicksilver. So that's going to be the plan that I'm going to go in with on this. So Spider-Man Big Time is going to go first. I'm going to target the Gamora and use the special. That's going to remove the revived ones from the Gamora and the Nebula. 2099 is up. I'm going to use the ultimate into the Quicksilver. So right here was kind of a big lose condition for me. Quicksilver ended up getting an evade on him, so when I went to use the Spider Weaver ultimate, I couldn't trauma stun him. So he was able to use his basic, and now he just did his ultimate. So that's really bad news for me right now, because all those positive effects that Quicksilver had now were spread over to the Adam Warlock and the Nebula. So you really want to make sure to get that trauma stun on him. Icarus, I ended up doing the ultimate, so I was able to get some flips, but I couldn't get the double tap. Cersei, I do the ultimate as well, and now Scarlet Witch is out. Spider-Man Big Time is back up. I'm going to use the ultimate into the Quicksilver. I wanted to try to get him dead since he's already low enough. I need him gone. The 2099 is up, and Adam Warlock has a taunt on him, so I end up doing the special. I want to get that splash damage over to the Quicksilver. Here Adam Warlock ends up doing the ultimate, and he actually took out the Cersei and stunned the Spider Weaver, so I'm having some really bad RNG against this guy. Big Time, I do the basic into the Quicksilver. Now I can do the Icarus special. That got rid of Nebula and Quicksilver, so I'm feeling a little bit better. However, I just lost the 2099. Spider Weaver's back up. I'm going to use the special so I can get a charge on myself and I get some little rebound chain going. Spider-Man Big Time's back up. I'm going to use the special into the Adam Warlock, so I got rid of his revived ones now. I want to get rid of the Gamora next, so I do the basic into her. Now I do the Spider Weaver ult into the Gamora. The ISO attack almost takes her out. She's pretty low in health right now. I use the ultimate. The death proof actually saved her right there. Now the Big Time does the basic, and that's able to take her out. Spider Weaver's back up. I'm going to target the Phyla-Vell and do the special. And again, the death proof ends up saving the Phyla-Vell. I do the basic into Phyla-Vell and she's gone. Now I just have to take out this Adam Warlock and the Scarlet Witch. This should have been a whole lot smoother than it was. However, that Quicksilver getting that evade was really big. So unfortunately did lose this matchup. However, Falco was a very good opponent. He ended up getting a score of 49,761. I kind of got my butt kicked at a 49,734. So let's go ahead and check out the defenses and see how they end up faring. For stage 1, I get an 8365. This was just a very easy, fast matchup. For stage 2, I get an 8366. Again, this was a very easy, fast matchup. This team absolutely crushed the Mercs for Money team. so I may stick with this version here against them. For stage 3, I got an 8364, another good score. The Apocalypse might have been overkill, but I didn't want to risk using the Doom version on this big of a punch-up. Stage 4, I had a little bit of a rough go using this against the Spider Society. I did end up getting an 8348 on this, so it wasn't that efficient. It definitely got the one shot, however, some of the targeting issues from the opponent on me were definitely in their favor, and me not being able to put the ability block on Penny definitely hampered this matchup. I think in the future, taking Doctor Strange out, putting Lizard in, could be a really good fifth option for this team. For stage 5, this is where I did the sack and then used New Warriors. This one was another bad efficiency for me. I got a 7947. It was just too big of a punch up with that 700k. So it definitely worked. However, they out-efficient me because of this matchup as well. For stage 6, I got an 8344. The positioning of the Quicksilver next to the Nebula, so that way he gets that evade after she does the ultimate, is pretty smart. It makes it to where this counter definitely isn't as reliable, so I'm gonna have to find a different counter to use into this team in the future. On to my defenses. They end up using the Secret Defenders into my stage 1, which was the Out of Time with Dorm. They got an 8351. So even after removing those revived onces, it still did a pretty good number on their efficiency score. For stage 2, I was testing the Black Knight with the Mercs for money. They end up going in with the Tangled Web, Spider-Man Big Time, Nova, and Apocalypse. This got them at 8357, so the efficiency score wasn't the greatest. However, this is a really good counter into this team that's actually fairly low budget, so definitely be wary of this counter. For stage 3, they used the Masters of Evil with Doom into my Extreme X-Men with Throw, basically the team I was looking to do. This got them at 8358. However, they didn't have to worry about as big of a punch-up as I did because they had such a bigger roster than me. Stage 4 is where they started to turn it around as far as the efficiency points goes. They used the Hive Mind with Super Scroll into my Spider Society. This got them at 8366. For stage 5, they used the Cabal with Morgan and Vulture into my Hive Mind Super Scroll team. This got them at 8366 as well. And for stage 6, they end up trying Pegasus into the Infinity Watch with Quicksilver. That didn't work, then they came in to clean up with the New Warriors. This got them at 7963. This round was definitely a learning experience for me as far as the matches that I ended up having. And this was also a tale of two halves. In stage 1, 2, and 3, I felt my efficiency was a lot better than theirs. However, in stage 4, 5, and 6, I made too many costly mistakes. The stage 4 matchup where I tested out the Secret Defenders into the Spider Society, I now know that I can actually try to use that. However, I need to make alterations to it, such as maybe adding Lizard and maybe somebody else to the team. For the Superior Knights team in stage 5, I'm perfectly fine with how I had to sack that one. However, in stage 6, having that Quicksilver next to the Nebula definitely changed that matchup for me, so I'm going to have to find another better counter for that team. Hopefully you all learned something as well, and you were able to win your matches and you're having a good time. If you did like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. As a reminder, I'll make sure to put that MSF counter spreadsheet link in the description below, so be sure to check down there. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.